Hi, I'm Austin Andrus, and this is Ingenious Designs. Take a look at this. The gold foil on these pages is a bit patchy, but on the other side of the same book, it's flawless. So, what's the difference? Well, normally I might not be sure, but these are pages from an antique book, and they have a mystical, magical quality that told me what I'm doing wrong. And if you've had problems with patchy gilding, they might be able to do the same for you. To start the gilding process, I clamped up the pages of this book just like I always do and started sanding away. 120 grit sandpaper, 180, 240, 320, but when I got up to 400 grit, something weird started happening. Suddenly these orange spots started showing up on the book. I thought maybe I had gotten some sawdust from a woodworking project on there, or maybe the constant rubbing from my sander was burning the pages. I tried reducing the friction by using even smoother sandpaper, but the spots just kept growing until almost the whole book was orange. It turns out I wasn't burning the book, I was burnishing it. You know how if you polish a rock, the color gets deeper and darker? Same idea. When I took a closer look, I could see that the orange showed where I had achieved a glossy, smooth surface on the pages, whereas the original cream color corresponded to little pits that hadn't been completely polished out yet. Since I finally knew what was going on and that I wasn't destroying my antique book, I went ahead and moved on to gilding. I applied the foil quill just the same way as with any other book. You can watch my previous videos if you want a refresher on that technique. The heat from the iron is supposed to make the foil stick to the pages, but when I pulled off the plastic backing, there were several spots that didn't stick. And they were in exactly the same places that hadn't been fully polished. Pook. I didn't feel like starting completely over, so I just went ahead and accepted the little defects. I did learn my lesson for the other two sides of the book, though. I clamped and sanded just like before, and once again the orange spots started appearing when I got up to 400 grit sandpaper, and spread as I continued polishing. But this time I didn't wimp out early, and after a total of about 15 minutes, the whole thing had changed color. I checked it from the side and verified that yes, in fact, there was a reflective polish on the whole surface. When I gilded at that point, lo and behold, the foil stuck flawlessly to the polished pages, validating my theory that the previous problems were just a result of my own laziness. So the moral of the story is that your gilded pages will never be more perfect than your sanding job was. It's tiresome, it's time-consuming, but it's worth it. Now, most books don't have magical color-changing pages that will tell you whether you've polished them or not. But remember that you can always check your work by looking down the edge of the pages to see if they're reflective. I hope this helps you level up your bookbinding. But remember, even a book with plain white pages can still be a showstopper if the cover design is good enough. And I made this video specifically to help you improve your cover art. I'll see you there soon.